Hello, people of the internet, and welcome. You are watching KICPlay, and I'm playing Minecraft. This is a continuation in a series. I don't know what I'm going to call it just quite yet. But let's just, I'm going to continue my conversation on the things that I was talking about last time. And if you're just joining us, I've been talking about um, parents and their kids with video games and such and stuff like that. There's stuff that I'm very passionate about. And this is the one subject that I really like, and the reason I like it so much is because of the fact that there is a lot of controversy in this area. Not so much in the form of verbs and people getting up in riots and stuff like that. It's just pointless irrigation on a subject that really doesn't need to be done. And as much fun as it is to talk about parents being really dumb, I gotta say there's some parents who are really dumb. Not you guys who are watching my video, but I mean there's parents who legitimately think that telling their kids to only study is the best way of life. And to a certain degree they're right, to a certain degree. If your kid is really passionate about what they want to go into and they said, "Yes, I want to study this and get my life set on this first," then help them with that. But here's the thing though. I've seen so many parents force their kids into thinking that that's the right way. It's not the right way because you're literally forcing your kids to live the life they don't want to live. And I know you live the life you want to live, but your kids should have that right too. I mean, it's not fun. It's fun to have fun, but you know how to have you have to know how. To quote a famous movie. And but to put it in perspective, there are some father figures, I've said this before, that just don't want their daughters to go out into the world, don't want to have their women to be looked at, and that's fine. I know you want to be protective, and I know that that's a thing, but I mean, coming from a guy, listen. This is I'm telling you this right now because there's dirt there, and there's probably I don't know. Uh, this is coming from a guy who believes in abstinence and does not believe that women should be objectified. But I mean, it happens. I'm subject to it. I have hormones. I have those synapses ready to click, and I am 20, so it's a thing. But women in objectification don't really, for me, it doesn't really matter. But there are guys who will do it. But I mean, I understand the need to protect your daughter, and I know you. It's tough. It's tough for those guys who don't say no because you don't like the guy. Understandable. The point becomes when it's become too much. When it's too much parenting. I liked how there was a little swoosh there. Like it was like, how much is too much? And I'm like, that was cool. It's like I made a point. It looks really scary, but it's not. I played this game so long, just like whatever, just like sensory deprivation or whatever. But it's gonna be a short episode. I'm trying to get my point across because I do need to do some adult things today, like errands and cooking and eat. But I want to say this right now. Let your women be women. Don't like, yeah, do little cutesy things like, yeah, take them to tea parties or when they're kids, and have the heart to let them be women and do what they want, but don't let them walk all over you. Too many times have I seen a guy parent get walked all over because their tootsie frou-frou of a hand didn't want to let their kids. Oh, look, diamond. I'm building an armor set out of that. The tootsie frou-frou of a hand didn't like. I'm very religious, so I do believe in spanking, but not all parents do, and that is a thing that kind of hurts for me to say, but sometimes you do need to spank your daughter. It's a thing that might actually have to happen because it becomes to the point where when how much spanking? Like, listen, if you're beating her, obviously that's too much. There is no need to do that. But oh my god, oh my god, um, this is a lot of diamonds. Holy crap, it's a lot of diamonds. Oh my god, that was a lot of diamond. Um, yeah, that was amazing. Oh my god, that was amazing. I've never run into that much diamond before, by the way. That's the reason I'm like, oh my god. But what I'm trying to say is that don't let them walk all over you. The reason why you're the father figure is because they are the daughter figures. You produced her. I understand that there is a strong-handed term there, and I don't believe in strong-handing, but if you have to, you have to. I mean, yeah, there is a yeah, your kids shouldn't be beaten, but yeah, you have to sometimes lay down the law. I respect laying down the law. I don't respect telling the girl, no, you can't touch boys until you're a certain age. Don't do that. No, I need to dig a different hole. This one. I don't believe in the fact that, yeah, while your daughter may be your daughter, it's going to be somebody's wife one day. And if you want that daughter to be a wife one day, you don't block them off from society. Personally, I was in band, like I've said before, and I've lived a pretty good life. I can say that right now. My parents were strict but firm, but a little too much sheltering. I respect that, but I don't believe it was the way to do it. I love their way. I love them. I love my parents. I'm not saying that they're bad parents. I'm just saying that the way they raised me would be in ideal conditions the best way to raise me. Like I can put that as elegantly as I possibly can. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point or another there's going to be parents watching this and saying that you should respect your parents, yada yada yada. Yes, I do respect my parents, but the problem is not my parents. The problem is other parents. My parents are fine. My parents are fine. I love my parents. Gosh darn it, just freaking love them to death. I will love them till the day I die. But you know, it becomes a point to say that I love them, but they did shelter me a little too much. They gave me a little bit too much of stuff. If they made me work for my stuff, then yeah, that I would have been a lot of a stronger person. As a result, I do feel like my personality itself has been a little bit decaying, and for instance, the objectification of women perpetuates the stereotype that women should be beautiful, should be ole, no wrinkles, beautiful. As dumbed down as that sounds, that's probably how it's gonna be for a very, very, very long time, and probably till the day you die. It probably will be till the day you die. You probably won't see another. Oh, I can't speak today, or yeah, today. But other than that, it's beautiful for a woman to be beautiful, but in the right ways. I don't want to see women walking around with thongs and bikinis everywhere, but I don't also want to see them dressed up into their necks with tunics. Letting women flourish is probably the best thing you can do. Putting a leash, but not a choke chain. As I've said this before, I'm going to repeat that line all the time. A leash, not a choke chain. Tell them, yes, you can go out as long as they do this in return. As long as they aren't out after 11. Because after 11, if they're out at 12 o'clock, there's no telling what can go wrong. Of course, I'm agreeing with you here, but the bad part about that statement is I know that there's parents that are going to take that for granted. They're going to be like, yeah, this guy said do this, and he's a guy. Listen, as much fun as it is to be a guy, we have it way worse. Guys have to be built. They have to be built in order for a marriage to happen. They have to be at least interesting, which honestly is hard on a guy. Some guys don't do that. Some guys are literally their parents say go and work, and that's it. I'm astonished that one of my friends, shout out to him. I'm gonna call him Fred to protect the innocent. Um, uh, he told me that his parents told him, "Hey, go work." And as much fun as it is to work, you do get a paycheck, and that is fun, as ludicrous as it sounds. It's not fun if the fun isn't like genuine on both sides. If I understand he likes to work and that's all he knows. That's all he knows how to do. Dude needs a vacation. Literally, dude needs a vacation. And I see it in him. His eyes are like the tired eyes. Like if you know how you see a guy behind a computer desk and he's like, "Oh, I'm very tired." That's him. He needs a break. And he says he feels like if he has a break, he does more work. That is ridiculous. To me, to have that kind of, oh God, I need a crafting table. To have that kind of motivation to do what people told you what was right to do. That's the objectification of a male. To be working all the time. Don't stop working. That's it. And the women, oh, don't get me started. They need to be beautiful, and they don't need to have. They need to have their waist needs to be at least size 15 for them to be attractive. No. To each his own. For instance, I have a friend who likes fat women. To put it bluntly, he loves fat women. He loves the women who have a gigantic waist. Not saying that there aren't women out there that love a fat guy, but I mean, if to each his own. If you are fat and your friend is fat and you guys like each other, try it out. See what happens. I'm not saying that you'll like it, because every guy wants to have the super female hot model in their room. I'm not saying I don't want that, but I mean, there is a point where it becomes apparent that you're probably not going to have that. I mean, I'm a guy who was like, yeah, I'm not that attractive. Jesus, no, I'm not that attractive. I can carry a couch, basically. I worked at a place that let me carry up to a couch. And definitely that's a thing. But there are going to be guys who have, like, I've said this so many times. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But parents, let the women flourish. That's all I'm saying. Women need to know how to be women. And guys need to know how to be guys. But also becomes whether you want a princess or do you want a little daddy's girl. And the second one, the former, is the one that's going to hurt you in the long run. If you let the women that you have, put that there, be little princesses that you pay down and bow down to their every whim, they're going to run all over you every step of the way. They will crunch your fingers. I need wood. They will crunch your fingers until there's nothing left. I have seen many a parent get crushed by their kids. Their aspirations gone because their kids have to do something. That's basically how it works. I'm taking one of these with me. It's not fun. I know that for a fact. It's not fun to be a parent, and you have to put up a strict set of standards for you to uphold. I understand that. Totally understand it. What I don't understand is why do you want that to be something that your kids have to be forced into? You enjoyed your life the way you did. If you enjoyed your life the way in that sentence, if you enjoyed the life the way you did, why should your kids have to enjoy it a different way? There is nothing saying that your kid has to have sex when they're 13, but there's also nothing saying that they don't have to. Like I've said before, I've enjoyed a pair of boobs. I've seen them. They're alive. Yeah. I've been alive, I've seen a pair of boobs, I've touched a pair of boobs, and since I've had that sense of, agency, I don't feel the need. As they say, I think sex drive does not itch. Every once in a while, you will get a little, bump in the road because men are men and your hormones eventually will just, decay and decay the resistance. But I mean, resistance is futile. It'll happen. Hormones are hormones, and teens will be teens. That's when they're experimenting with their sexuality. If you hold their sexuality, then they won't flourish. You're basically like, what's it called? There was a guy, forget what his name was, but since his parents they blocked him from having a child because he had a girlfriend. But you know what they did? They did the little parent thing where they're like, no, you can't go out because you're, yada yada. He was upset at the fact that was a thing that could happen. He literally he became sterile. He could not have kids. He hooked up with a girl. He couldn't have kids. Why? It's because the parent on the other end decided, no, you're not gonna have any relations until we approve. Not a thing. And that's horrible to put it that way. What the heck? I just broke a block. But yeah, it's not a cool thing. If you're gonna cock block both your women and your men, don't do it. Don't do it. I've seen many tragedies happen where there's kids that don't ever get a girlfriend, don't ever leave their parents' house, and it's just sad to see that, to think that all this can be avoided if you let your women flourish. You let that part of them flourish. Their personality is the thing that's going to decide whether they live or not, right? So let them be themselves, right? So I promise that this will probably be the last time I will discuss my theory of human life with you guys. I will try to do the best to wrap it up within the next episode, because I need to do some things right now. All I'm gonna do is go up. I'm gonna stay here, but there's not much to this. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. If you are one of those parents that believe that you are gonna cock block your kids until he's age 21, until he can drink, you are committing a society stated felony. Society itself will damn you because of the fact you blocked your kid from having a girlfriend. And as much fun as it is talking to you guys, talking to people of the internet, if you like what you see, subscribe. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Or I'm a guy who loves women to the point where I think they are a fragile glass that needs to be taken care of. And they have their own rights. They have their own things that they need to do. For instance, they have their set of goals that they want to accomplish. And some people don't understand that. They understand the basic gist of the fact that they have boobs, but not much more. There are people who are that annoying. So this KICDude signing off, and I will see you guys you know what? I'm gonna keep you guys here for a little while. No, I'm gonna keep you guys here for a little while. No, I'm gonna keep you guys here for a little while. See you guys later.